It's felt like simultaneously a really fast and really short week. So, I don't know. Time is weird. Facts about foxes. One of the smallest foxes is the fennec fox. And it's a little cutie. Why can't we remember every day or just random memories? So your brain actually prunes some memories so you don't remember literally everything that's ever happened to you. And that's good because you don't want to remember every single thing that's ever happened to you. Like, not even bad stuff, but just like, how many times have you had to memorize like a random string of numbers for something? Like for one of those two-factor verification things, how many times have you memorized one of those numbers? You don't want to remember literally every single thing you do. So your brain naturally culls your memories a bit. So side effect of that is that you just forget stuff sometimes. Banana facts is that the banana flavor, the artificial banana flavor, is actually based on a banana that doesn't really exist anymore because a banana plague took them all out.
Hate the banana plague.
Darn that banana plague. Yeah, but we used to eat Gros Michel bananas, and now we eat Cavendish bananas. Why are we the only species with a sense of humor? We're actually not. Dogs and dolphins and lots of species kind of play tricks on each other. Elephants. People are saying that you're struggling.
I am struggling. I'm puzzled, if you will.
You want to see elephant humor? Yeah, elephants are very cute, especially like I'm sure you can look up videos of them playing with each other and like playing tricks on each other. What cube did I learn first? This one that I'm holding in my hand. Just a reminder that we're in a simulation. I find that to be like one of the laziest philosophies, to be quite frank. I'm like, any philosophy where it's like not that useful to our human existence except for just to like kind of say something existential, I find to be like pretty lazy philosophies. If it's true, then it's true, whatever, but like you can't prove it or disprove it. So dinosaur fact. What's a good dinosaur fact? T-Rex teeth are about the size of bananas. How to be a good conversationalist. Actively listen to what the other person is saying, and ask follow-up questions, but like actually listen to what the other person is saying. Eye fact. I need more interesting eye facts. The left visual field that you see is controlled by your right brain, or is processed by your right brain, and the left visual field is processed by the right brain. So it's not like the whole input from your right eye goes to your left brain, but it's just like the right side of what you see. Can you get twins without the twin genes? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to say nothing. There are very few things that are 100% genetic or 100% environmental. So you can definitely get twins even if you don't have other sets of twins in your family. And you can definitely not have twins even if you yourself are a twin. Is there anything new in physics recently?
Not that I know of.
What was the thing about room temperature superconductors?
There was another claim that room temperature superconductors had been discovered, as there is many of.
Why do people care?
I think it would be one of the biggest scientific and engineering revolutions that we could see in the near future.
But why? Like, what is it? What do they do?
They conduct electricity without any resistance. So basically, you know how some stuff gets hot when you use it, like appliances and electrical stuff and like light bulbs?
That's why my phone's on ice.
Yeah, just would not have that anymore.
Really?
Like there would be no inefficiency in...
Would it be like infinite power?
No.
Just perfectly efficient power?
Yeah, in some cases. In use, not in like storage necessarily, or in generation, but in transmission, yeah. But that's huge because that's where a lot of the infrastructural problems come from, like why we need these huge high voltage lines.
Mm-hmm. I see. Whoa, hold on. This person lives in Missouri and apparently there's cheese caves where they live. That's awesome.
Raid them.
That's awesome.
Steal the cheese. No one else is using it.
Oh
you
my
can
gosh.
take it.
No, it's the government's cheese. Don't steal.
The government doesn't deserve that cheese. You do. I say go for it.
legally, we're not allowed to endorse that. We're not allowed to endorse stealing. So, you found out today and told everyone you knew that we have cheese caves in Missouri. Where are the cheese caves besides Missouri? Is it all in Missouri?
I don't know, but I think it's mostly in that region of the U.S.
Yeah. Planet fact. Is there anything interesting about planets? Venus spins backwards relative to the Earth.
Is it the only one that does that?
I'm sure it is not.
Is it the only one in our solar system that does?
I'm not sure. Sometimes people are like Mercury's in retrograde, so I don't know if that's what that means. I don't know enough about space.
I'm hesitant. I hear that phrase in astrology, and I'm afraid to mix any astrology terms into scientific.
What I think it is that it's based off of real science, like real astronomy, and then it like gets adapted into astrology.
Why are you going over my head?
I'm just tilting so I can see the screen. Sorry, I didn't mean to block you out. I look like Leve. That is an incredible compliment because she is beautiful and very talented, but we look nothing alike. So I'm gonna have to say no to that one. Water fact: heavy water is D2O instead of H2O, and it's D2O for deuterium, which is like hydrogen with an extra neutron, right?
Yep, hydrogen with a neutron.
With a neutron. Oh yeah, because normally it has no neutrons. So it's not just an extra neutron, it is a neutron at all.
Yeah, and it's actually a very cool substance.
Yeah, what is it cool for?
One thing it's cool for is since it already has a neutron, it doesn't really want to absorb another one. So it makes as a pretty good modulator in like nuclear reactors because you have all these these neutrons moving around and you don't necessarily want them to thermalize, so they kind of bounce off of these deuterium rather than if you just had normal water, it would absorb the neutrons and just turn into deuterium instead of conserving that heat to like propagate the nuclear reaction.
I see. What is heavy water? We were just talking about it. D2O. Panda facts. Pandas benefit from cuteness conservation, which is just like they're cute and we like them, so we don't want them to die, so we save them. But they're not very like necessary for the environment as much as every other endangered animal, but we just like them a lot, so we save them. Flamingo fact is that flamingos get their color from the food that they eat. A human fact. What's a good human fact? There's the most genetic diversity in Africa because humans evolved out of Africa. Red panda facts. Have you ever what? Oh, you did it! Good job. That's awesome.
New record.
Yeah.
It was like 15 minutes. It's pretty good.
Good for you. That's awesome. People say slay, Fred. Slay. It's so laggy for everyone. Slay. Tips for taking Gen Chem. Here's the thing about Gen Chem. You're gonna learn a bunch of rules. And you're gonna have exceptions to all of those rules. And that's just chemistry. You have to come to terms with that. Everyone in the chat is being so nice. Does Fred have a tattoo? No.
Fred does not have a tattoo.
No. Yeah, no, you guys are literally on ice packs. So if you guys were laggy, I'm like, I literally don't know what else to do at this point. You guys are on ice packs and my router is like right behind me, so. Scariest fact I know is that the heat death of the universe is like the most likely way that the universe will end. I think
it's scary. That's so far away.
I know, but it's like the fact of like the inevitability of nothingness. Yeah.
I'd say there have to be scarier ones.
Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Like there's probably something about the inevitability of like, you know, plague and all kinds of natural disaster that are much more like impending.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We've already been through one plague. I can't do another. scary facts about the ocean is that we've only explored less than 5% of the ocean's volume. So all of the stuff that we've already found down there, there's potentially like
more.
2,000% more.
Another scary ocean fact is like the rogue wave thing.
What's the rogue wave thing?
Just because, like, especially around places where different currents collide and there's just different water conditions and you have different currents moving in different directions, you have waves moving in different directions just by like wave mechanics, you can get some weird anomaly waves that are like super tall or super like deep troughs that can be like devastating even for modern ships.
Oof, that is kind of scary. What's your opinion on dolphins?
Terrible.
We got low reviews of dolphins over here.
Like 3 out of 10.
Oh, tough crowd.
How does an electron change when observed? It doesn't change when it's observed. Oh, maybe you're talking about like the whole.
We can only know either its velocity or position.
Yeah, or rather like the wave particle duality of stuff.
Can you explain that in a general audience way?
Yeah, like if you're looking for wave properties of an electron, like its wavelength, like de Broglie's stuff.
I said general audience.
Well, like everything has a wavelength and wave mechanics. That's kind of how you do quantum physics. Mm-hmm. So even like matter has that. So you can think of matter classically as a particle, or you can think of it in terms of waves. And both are correct, but it just depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
So if you like look for the frequency, or I guess wavelength of a electron moving through like the double slit experiment or something, you can see this wavelength scattering. But if you are trying to look at like the particle, like which hole it passes through, then you won't see that property. You'll just see it as a particle moving through with normal kinematics.
So it's not that the electron changes, it's just that we only have a limited way to observe them?
Yeah, it's that by observing it, you decide what the electron is.
I see.
It's always both, but you're just deciding what to look at.
I see. Sirens, real or fake? Like alarms? Real. Mermaids? Myth.
Alarms? Absolutely.
We do have them.
I've seen them myself.
Yeah. Shark facts? What's a good shark fact?
I just saw a cool video of a guy accidentally like hooking a bull shark when he was fishing, and it like ripped the whole line off of the fishing rod. Pretty wild.
That's pretty wild. Opinions on AI. My opinion is that AI is fine. There's definitely irresponsible and scary things that you can do with AI, but AI has also been around forever, and we are just now feeling like the power of AI because of like large language models, like ChatGPT, for example. But like AI has been around forever, and it's been existing in pretty much silence. So I think as long as, here's the thing, extra opinion, is that Congress is too old. They don't understand the internet. They don't understand technology. They don't understand the internet and stuff. So we need to have a legislative body that actually understands what the internet is so that we can properly regulate it to make sure that it's safe. Because like right now, the internet is so little regulated that it is almost laughable with how terribly it is legislated. And I don't think that is necessary. I think it's just because the Congress barely understands what the internet is, okay? So like, how are they gonna legislate it? So, lots of opinions in there. Scary space fact?
Quite vast, and so pretty easy to get lost and pretty easy to like find unexpected things, and since we know so little about it, it's kind of like diving into the ocean, but rather than being like miles out from shore, you end up kind of in a state where you have no control over where you're going. There's absolutely no one can come and get you, nothing. Like you are alone forever, most likely until you die of old age or of starvation. Not a great place to get lost.
Regulation hurts innovation. You know what also hurts innovation? Violating human rights. Please answer my question. Been asking for a while. Well, ask it again. Not everything's about you. Sorry, I just missed stuff. I didn't mean to be sassy. I am literally doing 3 things at once while on this live, and also Fred is here, so I want to let you guys hear him talk too. So I will inevitably miss comments. It is not personal. Unless you're being rude, I am not ignoring you on purpose, probably. Am I actually smart? No, I'm actually really dumb. This is all a ruse.
It's a big prank.
Yeah, it's a big prank. Rarest color? It depends on in what. Because like there's the rarest color in nature, which I think is blue, I believe. Or the rarest dye, which is purple. So it depends on in what. What is the coolest thing you discovered and you can't stop talking about it? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that I like think is so cool that I can't stop talking about it. I mean, there's a lot of things that I find cool that I just don't talk about, but actually I think ethics, science and ethics is really interesting, especially bioethics, really cool.
Mine is so much less interesting.
What's your thing?
Mine is motorcycles.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely. Resistant bacteria, yeah. So one of the main concerns of the modern medical world is antibiotic resistant bacteria. Because what we've functionally done as humans with antibiotics is that we have killed... Yeah, they say stop tapping.
Yeah. You know who says that?
What? Pen 15? Yeah. Okay, anyway. So what was I talking about? Antibiotic resistant bacteria. So like with all of our antibiotics and stuff, we use them kind of willy-nilly. And it's not even just like...
Vindication.
Oh.
They can't even hear it.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, that's on me, dog. That's on me.
Thank you, Pen 15.
Anyway, so it's actually not even humans that are using the most antibiotics. It's like in agriculture and like animal farming. So we got like, what? Oh, you're communicating with my commenters. Okay. So antibiotics have functionally created, you know how the bacteria, the antibacterial hand sanitizer thing says like kills 99.99% of bacteria? The 0.001% that they don't kill sticks around and is functionally like super speeding natural selection. So we've kind of created super bacteria, which is like a really big problem because now that there's bacteria that's resistant to all of our usual antibacterials, so there's nothing we can do to treat it. That's actually a pretty scary science fact, actually, so. This feels funny. Like Subway Surfers and Reddit stories for smart people. I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
That's absolutely a compliment.
Ever thought we live in a simulation? I think it's a very lazy way to think, to be honest. I don't really... Like I said earlier, I don't like philosophies that are not useful, not constructive, and also can't be proven or disproven, because it's literally just like, I'm gonna say this thing to be subversive, and then like not be able to be held accountable for it.
That's one of those like, you sit there and like chat about it when you just feel like talking about something entirely insignificant and asinine. Yeah.
You hit the irregular cubes, you can never solve it. I get that a lot. People really have mixed feelings about it. Is genetically engineering babies ethical? I say no.
Unless it's like a robo baby, and that would be cool.
I don't know if that's ethical though. The question was ethical.
I guess so.
The thing about being ethical is that there's a lot of people who are going to be like, being ethical slows you down, slows down innovation. And I'm like, good. That's what it's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to stop you from doing bad stuff. What if you can prevent genetic diseases? We can, sort of. It depends on what you mean, though. Because, like, it's not like we're editing people in the womb, so we're not doing that. But what we can do is, like, understand genetic risk and kind of treat things before they happen. So like breast cancer, you can say, oh, I have the gene that is associated with breast cancer, with developing breast cancer. So you can take a calculated risk of like, do you want to do a mastectomy before it's necessary, and that's sort of like preventing genetic disease without engineering people who just don't have BRCA1 and 2.
Someone asked me what my favorite cube was, and it's this one, because back when I could solve it, I felt very smart doing it.
Back when you could solve it?
Mm-hmm.
You knew how to solve it before?
I knew how to solve all these cubes. Or not this one. I never knew how to solve this one.
Oh yeah, because this one's mine.
Yeah.
Time yourself on a 50 by 50. If somebody sends me a 50 by 50, one, I'll be excited that it exists, and two, I will time myself on it. Thoughts on medically assisted unaliving? I hate that I have to say that in that specific way to go around the TikTok filters, but I actually do have a lot of opinions on them. I just don't know if I could say them on this app without getting flagged and banned. So unfortunately, that is something that you might not be able to get my opinion on unless you meet me in person, which will probably likely not happen. So I just don't want to get flagged. I don't want to get deleted. Tell us a science fact. No. Just kidding. Female hyenas are hard to distinguish physically from male hyenas because they have similar looking genitalia.
Good to know.
Yeah. So useful in your daily life. What's a funny useless fact?
I saw the PB on 3x3, and I forgot that personal best was something people wanted to know, so I thought it was just like suggesting peanut butter on 3x3, and I was like, I guess you could. You probably have to really like cubing to like get into that kind of stuff.
That's my favorite breakfast. Peanut butter on cube.
Exactly.
Jeez.
That's how you prep for the lives.
What's a sea fact? The Sargasso Sea is a sea that is surrounded completely by ocean. So the only way that it is distinguished from the rest of the ocean is that it has a specific type of seaweed that doesn't grow anywhere else. Should be a lot of algorithms to memorize. It's actually not. It's very similar to the beginner method for a 3x3. So if you know how to solve a 3x3, then you can pretty easily solve this one too. It's like there's a little bit of a learning curve, but you'll be able to figure it out. Bubble tea fact, or I guess boba fact. See, okay, I don't like the word boba because it actually means something else. Just Google the history of the word boba and you'll figure it out. But I just don't like that there's so many things that I can't say on live that are not inherently inappropriate. I guess the thing that I was about to say is a little bit inappropriate, but it's like, it's not that bad, okay? But anyway, there's a lot of things that I can't say on this live. How long is your hair?
It's not that long. It's like maybe neck length.
Buzz? Absolutely not. No!
Was growing up in the US unstimulating?
What does that mean?
That's such an odd question. I don't even know what that means.
Objection leading question?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means.
I don't even know. Thoughts on Nikola Tesla? Brilliant, I think. See, okay, yeah. Here's the thing about knowing a lot about celebrities now is that I have serious doubt that anybody in history was actually a good person, including Nikola Tesla, even though everything I've heard about Nikola Tesla is like generally fine. Thoughts on mythology? I don't have any mythology facts, but mythology as a field is cool. Have you guys seen Kunk on Earth? There's that one interview that she did with that woman whose field was Greek mythology, and Philomena was like, so why do you care about the ancient Greeks? They're all dead. And she's like, and the mythologist is like, or whatever her field name is, the expert was like, yeah, I mean, I care about them. And then Philomena was like, I don't care about them at all. And then the poor woman looked like she was about to cry. Oh my gosh.
Do you ever come back after the weekend and you're like a little rusty?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not really. I think if I came back after several...
Way to brag.
My bad, guys. God forbid a woman do anything. Thoughts on astrology? I think it's fun, but people get really, really mad at me about that because I'm like, just don't take it that seriously. Like, no, I don't think astrology is a hard science, but like, it's fun and harmless. So like, no problems there. But people get so mad at me. They're like, astrology's not science. How can you call yourself a scientist and like astrology? And I'm like, chill. What is my highest time? Probably a really long time.
I'd say of the two of us was probably my 47 minutes on the live the other day. That was pretty good.
That was good. That was good content. Sloth fact. Sloth fact. Do you want to tell the sloth fact today?
I feel like I outdid myself on my first attempt, and I don't want to disappoint now.
You can never do it ever again.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the sloth fact.
If you were there, you were there. If you weren't, sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, the secret lore is actually, if you have heard Fred say the sloth fact before. It's like the prove you're a real fan since day one. It's like, I heard Fred say the sloth fact. Anyway, the sloth fact, here it is. So sloths spend most of their lives in trees because they are very slow and they can't run away from predators. But one thing they do come off the tree for is to go poop. But again, the aforementioned slow boys are also slow at pooping. So they take like an hour to poop, and unfortunately that results in more than half of all sloth deaths being while they went to go poop, which is a terrible way to go. But anyway, that's a sloth fact. Glad you were here for the sloth fact. Yes, it's lore. It's lore.
Who am I texting? I'm responding to an email.
Oh, that's so boring.
My bad.
Snake fact is that there's no fact in New Zealand.
No facts.
There's no snakes in New Zealand. Cat fact is that cats spend 70% of their lives sleeping. Which, if you've ever met a cat, you know to be true. Bee fact, the classic bee fact, that is my favorite bee fact, is that when bees are attacked, their nest is attacked, they will sometimes, if it's attacked by a hornet or something, they'll like make a bee ball around the hornet or attacker and like pretty much like shake it and like cook it until it dies. So
I made staircases.
You made staircases? Good job.
Proud of myself.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too. Cube fact, wombat poop is cube.
Wait, what?
Cube fact, wombat poop is cube. I know they were probably asking about Rubik's Cubes, but that's a fun cube fact.
I did not understand what you had said first. What?
No staircase for us? People want to see the staircase.
I showed the staircase.
Oh, show it again, please.
Okay. Staircase.
Wow!
Staircase.
Wow!
Absolutely no idea how I did this. So I don't.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that either. It looks cool. I was there for the Fred stair cube. Yes, let's go.
Core memory.
Core memory. Yeah, it's lore now. The bee fact I was talking about is called balling. That makes total sense because they make a bee ball. Jaguar fact. Ooh, I actually think I do have a jaguar fact. So like, jaguars are endangered. So it's hard to get the materials that you need to be able to make more jaguars, if you catch my drift. So like, it's just hard to acquire jaguar eggs and egg counterparts. So one thing that scientists are trying is to combine endangered species gametes with non-endangered species gametes. So I'm pretty sure that jaguar is one of those species that is benefiting from that. Let me try to remember what the species that they mixed it with though. It's like jaguar and like house cat, I think. So I think that's pretty cool. What did you show? Oh, just a staircase. Thanks.
The staircase.
You thought I was talking about the jaguar car? That's funny. I love how Fred is so in love with the staircase cube. Yeah, no, he's proud of it. Let him have it.
Thank you. Staircase pattern tutorial. I wish.
Oh, I wish.
I wish I knew what I did.
It's like that meme that was like, girls with short memory be like, guess what? And they be guessing too because they forget.
It's the opposite of a conductor or resistor.
Yeah. Wait, what was I trying to say? Lung facts. Okay, there's structures called alveoli and bronchi in your lungs, and they look like little grapes, little bunches of grapes in your lungs, but their purpose is just to increase the surface area in your lung. We should get together. I agree. Do you want to date?
Yes, please.
It's a joke because we're already together. Random fact about random facts. It's actually harder for me to think of random facts than to think of
just answering
questions. Yeah, so that is a random fact about random facts. Random fact about the periodic table: the atomic number of ytterbium is 70. ferret fact? Do you remember the ferret fact?
No, I just remember that slap bracelet video.
What?
I thought I showed you that.
Okay, we're gonna table that. Ferret fact. There used to be a ferret named Felicia that worked at the CERN. So.
No, I thought it was Fermi.
Oh yeah, at Fermi Lab. You're right. There's a ferret that worked at the Fermi Lab named Felicia, and she ran around like cleaning the fancy machinery because she could run through the pipes. So they pretty much just like strapped cleaning equipment to her and she would run through the pipes, and she was a very good ferret. Artery facts. I feel like I should have way more artery facts than I actually do on the top of my head.
Do you know the flow rate in an artery?
No, I don't. Do you
Me
know?
neither.
Oh, okay.
Just wondering.
Yep.
I was just curious how efficient.
Bro wants artery facts a little too much.
My bad. I'm just interested.
That's funny.
It just came to mind. I was thinking like what kind of power you'd need from a like gasoline pump to match a human heart. No real reason.
Interesting.
Totally innocuous question.
Thanks. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. It was really fun.